Dundee, you see that flag there?
So it looks like Highland are playing left to right, which is their favourable position. I don't know how they keep managing to play this way for home games, because they always play better right to left, playing downhill.
And boys, I just need someone to get your flag.
I should mention, and the referee today is Mr. Michael
We're not
Bosman.
starting, I just need someone to get that flag on the sideline.
So we should have the ref mic plugged in as well.
I mean, you either pick the flag up and stay warm.
As you can see from the pictures,
Scotty.
it's a bit overcast, a bit foggy. Floodlights are on already.
Good, mate. Yep.
And we're ready to go with Dundee kicking off, deep into the Highland half. Break out past their own 22.
He's on the ground, he's on the ground.
Play up the short side. Bit of a slow ball at the back of the
Let's talk about next one.
ruck, but a good kick for Hugo Crush as well, taken by Seamus Ross.
No,
Challenge
no,
there
12,
really by Dundee. Highland got a big overlap here on the left hand side. Carl McPherson burst through the gap. There's still an overlap here. Dundee trying to flood across, so McDonald puts it out wide. And just into touch.
Guys, I got touch first.
Fergus Reich breaking up there on the right. And Highland have
I
got
didn't see. I saw you on the
out of
ground.
their
I
own
didn't see
half
action.
after the kick-off. Well,
All right, defense up here, guys.
so it's going to be a Dundee
That's them. Yeah,
line
you
out
take what
throw.
you want. I've got number.
and it goes well to the tail. Dundee just on their own 22.
I'm going. So
For a kick now. Stand off a low sort of grubber kick. Dan Corr's back there. Fergus Rear still getting a lot of ball in the opening few minutes. Highland go back on the short side. And they've got numbers if they can ship it out. Magnus Henry was waiting there for the pass. And Rocco trying to make a few yards. Freddie Riddle making some good yardage. Scott Fraser puts the ball into the gap. Fergus Rears looking for it, and it's over the back of them, and Callum McPherson picks it up. Looking for pace, looking for support. Couple of tackles past. And they come back to the right hand side. Flicked on. Oh, McDonald, just went behind.
Just a touch.
Fergus Reich. Got another good break from Highland.
Right in front. Yeah, you had two receivers. 5 in them and 2 receivers. Yeah.
So Hamish Campbell, good line out throw the first time. Second one's as good. Dundee trying to get out of their own 22. Standoff's back in the pocket, looking for the kick.
Hold it. Hold on now.
Fergus Rear looking for it again. Dan Corr back inside. Going to go to Magnus Henry for a wee run. Take on his opposite man, but he's come back inside. He's well tackled by Dundee defence. Highland get their players repositioned. Ollie Smith looking to bounce off a couple of tackles. Ball still there. Seamus Ross puts it back inside. Callum McPherson seems to be loitering with intent out in the wing here, but he's making good yards again.
No! He was on the ground still.
Smith is the dummy. Highland got numbers out left again. It's a slow ball. Really not trying to make a couple of yards, which he does. Puts Dundee back. It's all Highland at the moment. Seamus Ross puts it out wide. Fergus Reich is well tackled. Number 8, Daniel Dixon's over the ball.
Entry.
But illegally he's
you're straight in the side.
in at the side. Hugo Cross takes the big early tap. Murdo Patterson was looking for the ball but didn't get it. So Ollie Smith's trying to wrestle it forward. Still a lot of possession for Highland, but the Dundee defence is going quite well up until this minute. Great run there from Owen McDonald. And we'll come back from an infringement. So a decision here for Scott Fraser. Is he going to go to the corner? Decided to take the scrum. It's the first scrum of the match. Ollie Smith, who normally hooks, is on the loose side.
Crouch!
For Highland.
Bind! Set!
Falls in, looks quite a steady scrum. Carl Mack takes it at the back. Hugo Crush loses it. The wet ball. And it's a knock on.
The 16 in front of him.
And then an
Knock
offside.
on later and the 16's in front.
So it's a penalty to Dundee.
Knock on and then offside.
Stand off. Duncan Campbell clears well.
Defense here, guys.
So from the penalty, it'll be a Dundee throw in. Used to tail quite a lot initially. 5-man line out. It's at the tail again. Dundee looking to put the ball wide. And it's a knock on, and it's went into Highland hands. They're breaking up the left hand side. Magnus Henry breaks through a couple of tackles, look to pass the ball back inside.
Hold on.
Highland trying to ship it wide again. Roddy Thompson trying to take it up in front of the post.
No, straight.
Hugo Crush is
Both
there.
onto your elbows, both onto your elbows.
Ball coming out the short side. Colin McPherson comes back inside. Looking for support, looking for runners, but he's still going. Rory Knott crashes through two tacklers. Highland still looking to come in the short side, but Forrest is decided to pick up and go. Slow ball there.
Side 7.
Good defence at the minute from Dundee. Highland players are all stacked off to the left hand side if they can get some ball. Hugo Crush waving his arms about, going right and left, not sure where we're going to go. It's got to go left because there's nobody to the right. And he's
Knock on only in the
gets away
tackle.
from 3. Oh, and he's broken a few tackles, but he's held up. Oh, the referee's given it.
What was that, sorry? I didn't have that. That was good.
Good try from Hugo, brought away about 3 or 4
In the pick and go.
tackles, but I must admit initially I thought he was held up.
I have to admit, I'm very much watching the grounding when you're over the
But
goal
the
line.
score well deserved after the amount of pressure the home side have had in the first 5 minutes. Or even nearly 10 minutes, 9 minutes played. And worth a mention that earlier on before this match today, our third 15 hosted Craig Denane. As Craig Denane's pitch at Culloden was frozen. The 3G was available. And Highland Thirds won by about 12 points, I think, so a good result for them. There was a big debate on 3G, whether it's any good or not. Maybe there's an example that it was playable and a grass pitch wasn't. But I understand today that Ross Sutherland were meant to go up to Shetland to play, and their new 3-4G pitch was frozen, so who knows. So Rocco tries to
All right,
tuck it
tackle's
up.
there.
10 yards outside the Highland 22. Ball's coming wide. Seamus Ross passes it back in time. Roddy Thompson, who unfortunately knocks it forward.
Just a loose carry, looking forward, play the knock on. Ball out in front, loose carry, playing it as a knock on.
Scrum, boys, scrum.
So the rain seems to have subsided at the minute, thankfully. Good crowd down at Canal Park again.
Crouch.
It's a Dreich January day.
Bind. Set.
So Dundee with the put in. Scrum's going back a wee bit from the Highland shove, but it's stabilised now. Number 8's trying to pick it up. He goes to the scrum half. Fires out the standoff. Good tackle for Seamus Ross on his opposite number. Dundee coming round the corner still. Trying to outflank the Highland defenders. The ball's been back inside to number 7, Dawson Ballantyne. Still wide, they've got their numbers out wide. And Dundee's nearly in the corner. And I think it's went into touch.
Just playing touch. All right, guys, 5. Like he's injured. He's just... No problem. Just hold, just hold. All right, guys, 5's the middle. 5's the middle.
5's the middle, Ollie.
Sorry, it's just an answer on a text there.
Say more, say
So
more.
Highland done well in the line out here.
Just fine here.
Mauling
2
the
off
ball
now.
out their own 5-yard line.
Good available here.
Free ball.
Use it. No advantage.
So the kick away. Down to Dundee, footed back into the halfway line. The fullback decides to take a run. He comes back into the winger, who looks kind of nifty. Number 11,
Ball down.
Going to try go really wide. And the opposite winger, Marcus van der Etch.
All right, carry back by Green Blue scrum.
That's been carried back by Highland, so it'll be a scrum Dundee ball. Based on the last scrum, Highland should be able to compete here and maybe try and win the ball back.
All right, let's go. Tease the middle.
Let's go, guys. Let's push. Wrap up, boys. Almost got the last one.
Crouch. Bind.
So scrum taking a minute to
Set.
settle. Dundee the put in, the ball's
Ball
out
straight
quickly
out.
to the number 8, who turns, makes a couple of yards, and I think he's just scored. So the ball was a bit of a girdle at the back. Scrum half was looking to get it, but number 8 picked it up and scored a good try.
Yeah, but
That's Daniel Dixon who scored.
Please, mate. Like where do I live? Yeah. You know what?
Sorry, I was just getting my half-time drinks. Just trying to get my half-time drink sorted this time after it was wrong the last home game. Come on, Hazel, get out of the road to the view of the camera. Come on. So Duncan Campbell lining up for the kick. been a good connection, but he's pulled it to the left. So the score remains Highland 7, Dundee 5.
Just subs.
Our second, so good competition. Magnus Henry kicks it forward. That's tight on the right hand wing there. Touch flag is up.
Tackle high low and then no, and then up. It's sort of passive effort.
A couple times there, like where I get that hit ball, he just kept coming through in the tackle. Like,
Our second 15 are in Caithness today.
It's you, mate,
Not
yeah.
sure if the game's going ahead or not because of frost. It was 50-50 when they arrived there, so we'll maybe hear later on if the game
Back
went
on
ahead
blue,
or
playing
not.
on. No, on the ground now.
So Dundee in possession in their own half. Looking to get the ball out. They've got some runners in the backs here, shipped out to the winger. And he's well tackled by the Highland defence. They're trying to hold him up and rip the ball at the same time, but he's done well to get to ground. Ball now to the forwards, trying to make some ground.
No, 7's on the ground.
Ball comes back to the blind side. Fergus Riach and Rocco
On the ball now, tackles
Fine,
here, tackles here.
tie him up. Balls went through the hands. Roy Thompson's up quick. The 13, Ross Jackson,
Tackle.
tries to break away. Ball comes back for the kick.
With a wing.
He's went underneath it a wee bitty. So Dan Corr's getting, he puts a good kick off the outside of his right boot into space. I think it's one of the forwards that's going back there. Dan went up just a bit too fast there. Murdo Patterson gets beat on the inside. Ball's pushed back.
All right, guys, it's gone forward in the tackle into a
Referee
green
saying it's
man.
went forward in the tackle. So
Forward
good
in the
defence
tackle
there
into a
from
green
the home
hand and then
side.
back. But forward first, blue into green. Did you ask for a water break? Did you just ask for a water break?
I know, man. I know it's supposed to answer.
There, guys, there. Sorry, hard pitch to mark. I need that football stuff, the spray paint.
Oh, yeah.
So Highland put in the scrum.
Crouch.
Backs are lined up.
Bind. Set.
Hugo Crush with a put in.
Ball's out
Al
there.
McPherson picks it up, fires it out. Scott Fraser, Fergus Rias off his wing. Rocco breaks through a couple of tackles, makes 5 yards. Sven Pettersson there, referee's arms out for a penalty to the home side. Still looking to wing it wide. Magnus Henry in full flow, but he's pushing the touch.
Advantage.
So we'll come back.
This is number
No
8.
advantage.
8 was just always up, open play.
A high tackle, the referee intimates.
Arnold, second man in. There, guys, yeah.
Scott Fraser put the ball into the touch.
Yeah, those are the ones that just can't get go. When the play stopped and then you come in late, still upright. All right, that's the one here, guys.
So Freddie Riddle with a throwing at the line out for the home side. It's going to go at the front, Roy Thompson. I think Tobermory Howarth is on in place of Rory Knott, who's come off injured. But in the meantime, Sven Pettersson scores for the home side after the good drive from the line out. Good drive and maul. Another good connection from Captain Scott Fraser. Makes the score Highland 14, Dundee 5. I mentioned earlier there's hospitality today. There's quite a mixed mass and cross-section of society at the club today. Quite a number of returning players who haven't been at the club for a wee while and moved away. In fact, David Carson made comment that there's a good pack at the hospitality today. So a good restart from Dundee, but it's fallen into Highland's hands.
Just hold there, guys. Hold there. Use it!
And they're looking to run it out, or Hugo Crush is going to put the kick in, which is a good high one. 3 Highland players underneath it, but the Dundee player did well. But he's knocked it on.
Guys,
and it's went into touch. So we're going back for the knock on.
Knock on in the air. Crouch! Crouch! Bind! Set!
So Highland put it into the scrum. And going to try and run it. Alan McPherson picks up with the back. Seamus Ross cuts back in, gets through past a couple of tackles. Going to swing it wide left here. Rocco's there in position. Bit of a wild pass, but Ferris picks it up. Comes back in, looking for some support. Magnus Henry's miles away off his wing, but he's there in support. Rory Thompson goes forward.
No hands, no hands, no
Dan
hands.
Core, the fullbacks, in that ruck. Here's Big Murdo Patterson, the Nairn bomber.
Yeah.
The referee's arms out again. Rory Patterson gets away. Owen McDonald swivels, makes a good pass. Hugo Cross tries to come back in, makes it still available to Magnus Henry, who stayed on this side of the pitch.
Advantage over.
A lot of players set up there again from Highland. Some good move, but a bit of a loose pass from Scott Fraser. Puts Highland back about 10 yards. A bit of a guddle, and it's kicked forward, pushed back. The referee says there's nothing wrong with it. So off we go again. Dan Cord puts a wee chip into the gap, and the balls went forward, and it's kicked by the Dundee player. And Rocco's went back inside, but he's well tackled. And the Dundee wingers come on off swing and stolen the ball well at the ruck. Good defence from Dundee, but stolen again. Magnus Henry stayed here. Oh, but he's knocked it on in the tackle.
All right, guys, look under pressure in your own 22. I'll just give you the scrum. Under pressure in your own 22. I'll give you the scrum. Loose carry. Forward by Green.
So that's going to be a scrum to Dundee.
We'll play the knock on, under pressure, no advantage.
About 12 yards out from the try line. Our thanks again go out to Robust Therapy, Fiona Hogg, and their team for providing the physiotherapy services today. And I saw our club doctor, Mr. Andrew Kent, coming into the building undercover as usual.
Bind!
Probably because he doesn't want to buy a beer.
Set!
So Dundee put in a more solid scrum this time from the away side, looking to run it out. Scott Fraser makes a good tackle on his opposite man.
Set!
Dundee are pinned back, so they're forced to kick. Fergus Reich is underneath the ball, he catches it well. Passes out to Dan Core, looking for some support runners, but he doesn't need them. He's a wee fast whippet, and he's breaking through. This went out to the left-hand side. And Rory Knott seems to be back on. Give him a disservice. Out to Magnus Henry in the wide left. Some loose play there, but it's kicked out on the full. But it's within the 22. So it'll be a Highland line-out throw. Bit scrappy at the moment.
Of course you can, yeah.
I know it's quite RPG, but the hooker's breakthrough is up quite a bit for the ball's coming in.
Okay.
We've got Ollie Smith being replaced by number 18, Andrew Spence. Andrew's not been available for the last few weeks, so it's good to see him back playing. Tap back onto the Highland side. Hugo Cross tries to run away from the Dundee tacklers. Ball set up in the middle of the field. It goes back to the side of the line it was. Magnus Henry gets a gap this time. Tries to knock off his opposite number. Highland trying to prog the Dundee defence, looking for the overlap. It's looking better this time. Good pass out to Dan Corr, who does a sidestep and comes in and does a great score. Nice long pass from Rocco.
Goes without saying, don't put a cheeky leg in there. I know it's instinct, I know it's instinct. But if you hit his
Bats are looking quite nippy today for Highland.
Okay, sure. On the outside backs. Okay. No comment.
Another great kick from Princess. That makes the score Highland 21, Dundee 5. So just over 12 minutes left to play. Dundee really need to score next, I think, to keep them in this fixture. Rory Thompson makes a good take.
Use it!
I think Hugo Cross going to put the kick in again.
Hold on.
Good chaser, but it's taken by Dundee and gets away from Magnus Henry. Big, tall, rangy winger. And Dundee got numbers here on the left this time.
On the ball.
And their number 13, Ross Jackson, has broken a couple of tackles.
Fine steal, but
Went
lost forward.
forward in the tackle, I think.
Just a knock on only, Blue. Guys, unsettled valve. Stable ball. Fair steal, just hitting the contact and I was forward.
So it's a scrum to Dundee.
Just honestly, just pick one. And we'll
boys, let's go. Let's hit it. Yeah, Ross. Go, twos.
crouch. Bind. Set.
So Dundee put in, as I said, need to score here to keep them in the contest. Number 8 is a good pick-up again, gets away from the initial tackle. He's tackled by Scott Fraser. Dundee trying to puncture some holes in the Highland defence. Coming back inside. We have a miss move. Outside centre comes back inside. Winger needs to come in and support the ruck. Still Dundee possession.
No more, Green. Out, out, out.
Referee telling the Highland defenders to get out of the way. Might have a wee bit of an overlap here. The winger comes back in off his wing. He's looked dangerous for Dundee. Probably the best player to so far. Highland hanging on here a bit. Oh, and it's been knocked on by Dundee. Unfortunate for them.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
So scrum just about 7-8
Nine,
yards
halfway.
out on the Highland try line. Bit of a slow ball away this time. Carl Mack again breaks away from number 8 position, makes a good few yards. Scott Fraser's back in the pocket.
7, you off your belly, kill the rock.
It's looking as if Hugo
Use
Cross is going
it!
to kick again. Referee tells him to use it. It's half charged down this time.
Line out on the
I think it's went into touch.
Five's the middle. Five's the middle.
So as you heard the referee say, that line out is in the 5-yard line.
Five's the middle.
And it's won by Dundee, but it's not. Sorry, not backwards there. I think it should be in Highland possession, but it is on the Dundee side. Slow ball for Dundee, but get their forwards round the corner. Still a bit of sustained pressure here. We're into the last 7 minutes of the first half. But it's coming the Highland side, but illegally the referee says. So we'll come back to the Dundee penalty. Which is on the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I play.
Okay, so we've got a scrum, so it can't be a penalty.
Crouch. Crouch. Bind. Set.
So Dundee put in, it comes out again, back to the number 8, but it's well tackled this time. And the referee's arms up for, I think, did he say high tackle? Couldn't quite hear him there. So Dundee got a penalty in their back pocket, so they can afford to be a bit eventful, try something different. So it is a penalty this time.
Option, mate. Tap, yeah.
It's going to be a tap and go as opposed to a line out. I'm glad to see the ball goes forward.
Leave it.
Dundee trying to come up the blind side here.
Hands, guys.
Still good pressure from Dundee, but the home side are doing well to hold out. They'll break away again, and they've got to be close now.
Go on.
The referee saying it's a score. So the sustained pressure has come to fruition. As I said, I think Dundee needed that to go into half time still in the game. Joe's just telling me I'm speaking cack
Scotty, just get them.
because it's must have been held up. So dead ball drop out for the home side. Defended it really well. A wee bit of low skidder, which is going to go into touch.
Run out.
10 yards beyond the Highland 22. Starting to get a bit colder out here now. Put my hat on.
Guys, it's way outside shoulder, can't play away from it. Option, it's way out channel, can't play away from it. Option, guys, scrum, line out. Scrum here.
So I think the referee's saying that the line out was thrown on squint, and because Highland competed, the scrum will go to them. So in the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Ouch.
Scores currently Highland 21, Dundee 5. The Highland put in at the scrum.
Guys, pass.
On the far side it's collapsed.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Canal Park comes away from the scrum again with the ball. Not a short pass there, but it's well picked up by Fergus Riech, is it? Or Dan Core? Can't quite see. I think it's Dan Core. Scott Fraser decides to boot the ball. And it's well fielded by the Dundee fullback.
All right, hold in front.
Evan Taylor. He puts it back to Callum McPherson, who's going to take a trundle up. But he needs to keep some Highland forwards with him.
Never on the ball.
Manages to do that. And Highland start all over again. Rory Thompson's coming back inside. He's difficult to be tackled. Highland got numbers, but Hugo Cross says I don't need them. And puts it back inside. Oh, and Rocco was just ahead of the pass there. Dundee got advantage, but they kicked it away. Dan Core puts boot the ball. Low Daisy Cutter as well. Like Dundee forward is back there retrieving the ball. He does well. Dundee in possession, but they decide to kick it away again. Magnus Henry's underneath it. Puts it back to Scott Fraser. We might just give it back. Gives it out to Ruby Knott, sorry. He does well, breaks through a few tackles.
On the line, guys, on the line.
Rocco's first receiver, Rory Thompson's come back inside again. Couple of side steps, he's making yards every time. And it's an offside with a lazy runner from Dundee.
It's retreating.
Into the last couple of minutes, quick tap from Scotty Fraser looking for the wee short pass. Dan Core's in there, doesn't look as if he's going to need anybody again, but it comes back inside to, oh, it's knocked on in the tackle unfortunately.
All right guys, straight.
Nice break from the home side, quick tap. So this will be a try line drop out from Dundee. Into the dying embers of the first half. He's kept it in play. Allen punch up to the Dundee 22. Fraser puts it back to Seamus Ross, looking for runners. Rory Knott's there in front of the ball. Got good pace again, knocks down the Dundee fullback. Ball's available, coming up the short side. They've got numbers.
Play on.
Ben Peterson's trying to stay in the
Play back
fight.
here, play
Does
back.
well. Ball's
On the
there.
line, Blue.
Got to get some
Use it
runners
there.
at pace.
Short.
And Rocco tries to go through the ruck, but it's been placed short. But Rory Knott's pretty close there, and it's the score. So it's a try bonus point for the home side, just in the first half. I think my right hand's frozen here because it's getting chilly, holding the mic. So might have to go for a pint at half time to warm up.
We'll take it. Sorry.
The stadium clock has went dead, so I don't think there's been very much injury time at all. So I don't know if the referee is going to allow the restart. A perfect kicking display from Scott Fraser. As suspected, the referee says that's half time, so the score is Highland 28, Dundee 5.
Stay high.
The ball, never the ball.
Sorry folks, we're just a bit late back there from the
It's
half-time
good, clear, good.
frolics. So Dundee in possession, Highland playing right
Off
to
now,
left
off now.
down the hill.
Good chase him, I was keeping it. Ball.
Half-time score was Highland 28,
No!
Dundee 5.
No, 16. You lost your balance, you went down onto your hands, and then you came back to the ball. No, you lost your balance, you went onto the ground first.
Shane Rooney not
I didn't feel like
unsupported
you,
over the ruck.
No, once you went down, you
His
just had to
hands
get
down
out of that
first.
ruck.
So that's a penalty offence. Dundee big punt into the Highland half. As I mentioned, we were honoured by having
Well, chat to the bar about it.
SRU Vice President here today, Hazel Swanky, and her husband John. I'd asked Hazel if she wanted to do a half-time interview, but she quickly ran into the clubhouse and I haven't seen her out since, so that's maybe a no. So a good line-up position from Dundee on the halfway line, just inside the Highland half. Still trying to ship it away, trying to outflank. And that's their rapid winger. It's there again. There again, sorry.
Oh, I'm behind. Right.
Dundee starting this half with a bit of vigour.
No, free! No.
And
Free,
they've
second
got a
effort after
penalty.
the tackle on the ground. Yeah. It was stupid, I agree.
Of course, I always
Second
say at
effort
this
on the
point,
ground,
take
number
the
3.
points, but they're not going to do that. They're going for the line out, which is a good banana spiral kick, which is right on the 5-yard line of Highland.
Line blue.
So Dundee line out throws well taken in the middle of the line. It breaks up a wee bit. Highland are still
Come
able
on,
to
ball's
defend. The
available.
ball's down. So Dundee going to have to recycle again.
No hands.
They're getting close, for a yard or two out. Highland told to go back. Second goes the whole time from Dundee here. And they're successful.
Down, tackle's never completed. Groundable.
Just what Dundee needed at the start of this second half. Keeps himself in the game. Highland will be disappointed with that, but they should have expected it from Dundee. It's got underneath it, but it's touchers flags are up. That makes the score Highland 28, Dundee 12.
Scotty, hold. Time off now, yeah. Just with him right there. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm going to wait for him. No. Time's off.
So we're waiting for a Dundee player to get a bit of physio. Highland need to regroup here a bit.
Cool. Because you got your trainer too. So the 2 penalties there. 16 for me sort of lost the contact, went down onto his ground, and then was still in the ruck and came back to the ball. For me, as soon as he went down, he just had to roll off it. And then free here, so that I had a second effort and just picked the ball up.
Hey, Rooney Knott's patched up and ready to go again.
I didn't have a second effort on the pick and go. I didn't have a second effort. His knees were never down.
Fraser with the restart. A bit of a chaser for the Highland forwards to get
Play
to,
on,
but
play
still
on, play
taken.
on. Low
Not in
contact.
there, the referee says. Dundee still got a possession here. Highland struggling to get their hands on the ball at the start of the second half. It's a kick up into the air. It's got Fraser, I think, underneath it. He does well. Ball comes out now. Rooney Knott's going to punch a couple of holes. Let's try and recycle it again to
Pulled out of
the
it, playing on.
left-hand side. Mutterdo Patterson is loitering with intent, but they bypass him. Fergus Rierson off his wing. Dan Cawes looking for the ball. Hugo Cross decides to go again, but Rory Thompson comes back inside. And looks like he held on to the ball a bit too long there. Dundee were well over it. Good jackal. Ball's made touch, so it'll be Dundee line out throw.
Give me a mark, mate. Yeah. Here you go, mate. Good contest.
Good compete at the front there for Roddy. But it comes back on the Dundee side. Goverhall the possession in this first 6 minutes of the second half.
That was here. Playing on, playing on.
Highland will need to pick up their act a wee bit, get a bit more pace into the game.
Good, you're on the ball.
And it
Strip,
went
we're playing
forward
strip.
in the tackle, into touch.
Guys, I go to the strip, so it's out by green. So we're just going to play the line out here to blue. So guys, we'll play you on this line, boys.
So I think you heard the referee there, stripped
Strip
forward
ball.
by Highland, so it's
Backwards
went
by
out.
green to the
And
touch,
it's going to
blue
be
line
a
out.
Dundee line out.
Down the line, yeah, you mate, you take what you want.
It's at the tail.
A contest.
It's uncontested from the home side. That looked a bit forward to me, but play on, the referee's saying. Highland continue to defend. They had no possession at all this second half. Dundee are playing the faster, better rugby. The referee says it's slightly high.
Contact, but
So
over the shoulder.
penalty to Dundee. So we'll go back for the high tackle on the shoulder, referee says. So seatbelt tackle.
Over the shoulder.
That allows Dundee to get well into the Highland half.
Yeah. Hi. Guys, just late numbers changes. Just we're dropping here. Yeah, okay, let's go. No real contest.
Ball at the tail, but it's knocked on
I've got
by
a knock on
Dundee.
by
So
Blue.
first bit of possession for Highland in the second half.
You've got a knock-on advantage, Green.
Hugo Cross is going to kick
Use
it.
it. Advantage over.
Good high kick, which is contestable. And it's been well won by Dundee.
Pause that. Coming.
So the short possession Highland had there wasn't very fruitful at all. So Dundee in the front foot again. Good punch up the middle from the Dundee centres. Oh, the ball's behind the runner there, and it's kicked forward by Hugo Crush. Magnus Henry's over the top of it. You can wait for the player to get up, which he does.
Tackle!
But Dundee defend well, but not well enough according to the referee.
Holding.
That was good play from Magnus Henry. Gets Highland out of a hole, gives him a possession. Scotty Fraser will kick the ball into the touch. Plain to see it's getting a bit colder. A lot of people have went inside to watch the game, which, as you know, we show a live stream on YouTube, so we can play it in the club. People can still have their beer and eat their pies in the comfort of a bit of warmth.
That's all right.
So Ollie Smith with a line out throw to Rory Thompson right at the front.
All right, inside five.
It's the maul, it's broken away by Rory Knott. He's pretty close. Can't bend any further over the balcony, or he'll be falling over.
Alright guys, look, still blew out the ball, touch, so we're going to play a green line out here on the 5.
Referee's going line out, and it's a quick line out throw by Highland, and it's referee's let it go ahead. Home side are under the post of Dundee. Got number 7 back inside, it's well caught, and it's over for a try. Well, what move there in the end? Quick tap from Hugo Crush. Put Dundee in the back foot, and they weren't at game today. That makes the score Highland 35, Dundee 12. Dundee 12. The home side needed that because, as I said, Highland had come out. The home side needed that because, as I said, Highland had come out well in the second half.
Early and balanced.
Really not getting patched up again. That's just going to cover the distance. Rory Thompson's up in the air.
No, Blue, no,
taking it well. Which is a good kick, but it's picked up. Dundee winger tries to duck and dive, dodge, duck, dive, dip.
Yeah, on the spot.
And managed to get tackled.
Just penalty advantage.
Managed to get tackled.
Just penalty advantage.
I mentioned earlier about our second 15 game, which was in Caithness today. I believe the game didn't go ahead after the team had travelled. I also mentioned earlier about the new 3G pitch in Shetland. I also understand today that Ross Sutherland had travelled through to Aberdeen, and then the game was called off. So a bit unfortunate for both teams. A lot of expensive travel for both teams, more so for Ross Sutherland. And I was just going to ask Hazel if she's got a chequebook with her and could write a couple of cheques just to cover that transport costs. Conversion successful.
Yeah, welcome me.
So it makes Highland 35, Dundee 19.
No, so as of this year, you can't hit the 9 full stop.
I think the home side have switched off a wee bit here, taking the foot off the pedal.
So you're never on your feet.
They're needing to get back into the game.
But as of this year, the 9 is just like the president.
So McDonald's off, Toby Haworth is on, Hayworth even, and he challenges in the air, but the referee says it's
19.
not okay, yeah.
You're on your feet. No, you grab the hand. You grab the hand. The arm in the air. Up a bit. Up. You're so expecting me to be like, no, go further back. I was like, oh. All right, mate. Yeah, good there. no guard there. There was no guard.
At a pie. It's listening to the
Crouch. Bind. Set. First one was back, and then the 9 coming round and got it forward. Sub blue just before you set. Just check.
Jeff was actually quite good. I told him that.
All right, just hold the set, guys. We've got a trainer as well. We're going to go time.
Sorry for that break there, folks. We tried a wee bit of commentary from inside the clubhouse. One of the tables there, where it's lovely and warm, and they're watching the game on the big screen, and they're having a half-time pint and a pie. Whereas me and Joe are out in this cold weather. But unfortunately, the mic wouldn't go through the glass.
Good.
So you couldn't hear anything
Time's
from
on,
Jeff
guys.
Begg.
Mark, see you guys.
So in my absence,
Time
looks
on,
like
Graham, let's
Dundee's
go.
made a couple of changes. Score still remains 35-19.
Comes here. Lost forward, 9 in the back.
And we've got
Mark's
about
here.
20 minutes in the game.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Out there.
So a good push there from the Highland team, but the Dundee scrum gets the ball away, but it's knocked on. And it's in Highland possession. Rory Knock puts the ball away, but
No
it's going
advantage,
to come
guys.
back to a
Knock
knock
on.
on.
Just a knock on, no advantage. Scrum's in.
Looks like Ollie Smith has come back on. Andrew Spence is coming off.
Let's go, boys. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Easy, boys. Easy.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Let's just come up, guys. Let's just come up here. I just want to on the far side. Same mark here. What happened? Just didn't get the line.
No, I was just a bit too
Yeah,
hot.
just it's hard for me to mark. Sorry.
So a reset scrum here. Referee's come over to the side where he thinks there's been a bit of jiggery pokery going on.
Set.
The ball comes back. Carl Mack breaks away on the
Tackles there, Blue.
opposite
Tackles
side.
there.
Dundee are
Just
trying to
off
go over the
it,
ball,
you're off
but
your feet. You're not supporting your weight.
comes back to Hugo Hutch. It's touched in flight. And Dundee looking to run.
Inside,
decides to
inside.
kick.
Hold there,
It's going
boys.
to come
Hold there.
to Scott
On
Fraser.
now.
It's going to come back out to Magnus Henry. Low pass, but he picks it up. Highland looking to distribute the ball wide. Bit loose from Maggie. Ross comes back inside. Run the halfway line. Home side in possession.
Always upright.
Bit of a high tackle there on Ollie Smith, the referee
Always upright.
says.
Free Blue.
Not convinced myself. Scott Fraser puts the ball into the gap. Fergus Rees bursting down the far side there. But it is taken by the Dundee defence.
No, guys, look, we were over the line initially and held up at that point, so we're going to play the goal line.
So a goal line dropout.
Held up over the line initially.
Take the opportunity
come back the goal
to
line.
mention our under 16 boys and girls teams who were down at
When your
Murrayfield
two were in
before
front, the
Christmas.
first two men towards the ball, I caught advantage of it.
Both in the finals there. Unfortunately, the girls lost, but the boys won, which was a great result. Great result for all the coaching staff. And we had both teams down at finals day. So back to the game here just now. Highland on the Dundee 22. Scott Fraser looking to shift it wide. Good pass outside and Rocco gets it. Murdo Parson fires it wide. Still looking for runners. Maggie Henry comes back. He's battling away, but it goes forward in the tackle to Dundee. Referee's arms out.
Disabled platforms comes capable.
Also worth mentioning as well, Highland of, I think it's a semi-final of one of the cup competitions from the SRU are away to Preston Lodge in March, I think it is. Should they be victorious in that game, then that will be on to Murrayfield for finals day.
Bind.
I know that's something that Coach Carson's trying to target, as well as trying to get promotion, so a busy plate for him. Highland push well in the scrum, but it comes back to Dundee.
No. Use it. Feet.
Slow ball there, so it's going to come back to the standoff. He's going to try and kick for touch. Magnus Henry still here waiting back. It doesn't reach him. It goes out short for Dundee. So Highland keeping the pressure on.
Let's step this way a bit. Green, you take the line.
We're down
Green,
to the last 15 minutes of game. Highland 35, Dundee 19.
Oh, sorry, got this wrong. I was going to give Green the line, so I'm just going to set you. That's you there, mate. That's fine.
Rotating at the front, Hugo Rush, long pass out. Rory Knott coming back on the blind side.
No,
the
big
tackles.
position now.
Croshy fires it out again. A bit of an overlap here for the home side, but they cut inside with a 2-3 man overlap. Went a bit wider there. They're going to try it this time. Dundee fence is back in place. Rocco's wide out on the right on the wing. Going to come back inside now. Maggie Henry's coming right back to his wing, looking to see if it's going to be needed. Scott Fraser fires it back in field. Ball's available. Maggie Hume. Oh, it's a good inside pass to, I think it's Dan Corr. Yes, confirmed by Davy Hume, the PA announcer from Dunfermline, the sleeping giant. I think that's Dan Corr with 2 tries today. One more and it's a bottle of port. So that scores would hopefully put Dundee to bed, but they've really competed well.
I think it's like this. It's not hard to read it.
Also a quick mention to Ken, the PA announcer from Dundee. He's come through on the bus today, so it's great to catch up with him. Scott Fraser makes the conversion good. Up to score to Highland 42, Dundee 19. Scott Fraser hasn't missed a kick today. His mum and dad will be happy because they're both here today. Good tap back from Dundee.
Tackle's there. Playing on.
Highland trying to complete it.
Ball
The ruck,
out.
but it comes out in the Dundee side.
Just hang on, stay out there, play dead.
Dundee keep trying until the end here, looking for at least a
No,
point
don't
from
touch
the
the
game.
line.
Can't
I'm
tackle the
playing back on the
9.
9 and I'm playing on.
He's playing on, the referee says. Ross Jackson takes the ball, but he's
Good and then pulled down.
Hugo Cross takes the tap right in front of the referee. Highland looking to get on with the game. Rory Thompson's been pretty good this game, made a lot of good breaks. Some of the forwards lying out wide here on the left looking for the ball, but it's not going to come to them because Dundee have got a penalty.
You can hook back, kick forward for that. No, it was a signal.
Ball goes into touch. Just inside the Dundee half. Be a Dundee put in the line out. Or a throw in even. Most of them went to the tail. This one goes to the front. Scrum half took a couple of seconds to get themselves sorted there as delayed the pass. Allowed Highland to get up into the faces of the Dundee players. But it's still in their possession. Ross Jackson's double tackled there and the ball has broken to Hugo Crush.
No blue!
Oh, and a good tip on. And it's went back from Dan Corr, who kicks forward looking for his hat trick. Dundee have come away with the ball into the final 10 minutes of the game. We've got a player, Dundee player down injured, I think. So I'll take the chance to mention today that we had the normal 50-50 draw, where the winning prize was £405. So thanks to everybody at Hospitality dug deep, put their hands in their pockets. Not sure what the recipient is doing with the money, taking it home or putting it behind the bar. We'll soon find out. The clock's been stopped, showing 10 minutes and 14 seconds left. Yep. So the battery in there, is it?
Guys, guys, we'll be on the 5 here. 5's the middle, so just step off. 5's the middle, so blue step off. Got blood. You might need to go off to get that done. It's bleeding pretty heavy. Just try and keep. I need stitch. That's fine. Good. No! Down here, mate. Short. All right, short, play back, play back. 7-7 has the feet advantage. 7 green offside. Don't have to. He passed the one and it just kind of over tipped him, and I think he just went. I think he just went straight into it. I think. Oh, I mean, he'll be sore. I'm okay. I got 2. But yeah, 7 lost his balance and fell forward on it. 1 metre out from the line, there's no excuses there. Play on! No advantage. Green. And there's no offsides there. Just general play. One play, boys. Out! Right! Set! Right! Set! First knock on blue, second knock on green. I'm going to play this first knock on, and we'll be at last play. Going to play this first knock on, and we'll be last play. Scotty, last play. Fine. Let's go again. Let's go again. Crouch. Bind. Set. Get off your feet, you lost your balance.
To the post! To the post!
No. Ground first and then bounce into arms. We ground first and then bounce up into you. That's time. Yeah. I like